Welcome to Phonogenics 101, a Riotboy production hosted by Jeremy Gloff. The podcast where people who love music discuss albums track by track. Please hit subscribe, and if you'd like to support this podcast, patreon.com/Jeremy Gloff or Venmo @Jeremy Gloff. And now, on to the music. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Phonogenics 101. This is the season finale of season 2. This is our 130th episode. Me and my friends here, there's like 3, 4, 5 different Phonogenics family, but this family here covers all of the Madonna albums. And then this season, we covered all the Janet Jackson albums. And then we did a couple little other fun things. It was Albert's idea to do Madonna the Stray tracks. So we did that one. I think I'm still putting all the freaking CDs away that I had to pull out of my library. And then different pieces of us did Vanity 6 and Apollonia 6, so that was a lot of fun. But tonight we are here to talk about the thing that is on all of our minds right now, Madonna the Celebration Tour. And we've talked about every Madonna song that's ever been officially released, I think. So we've been here for the whole journey. And there's nobody new to the podcast right now except Miss Dita here in the upper left. She's new.
She'll be our mistress tonight.
Yeah, let me just for those that don't have the visual, I'm just going to say your name and just say where you're from so people can match name to the voice. David.
Hi, my name is David, lifelong Madonna stan. I'm from Miami.
Albert.
Albert, Los Angeles, lifelong
Jeffrey.
fan.
Woo.
Jeffrey from Los Angeles, also lifelong fan.
And Sharon.
Sharon from Seattle, also a lifelong fan.
And we have a couple more big fans that are going to be sliding through to joining us in a little bit. So
Into our DMs.
yeah. Anyhow, so before we go into the discussion of the track by track of the Celebration Tour, what I'd like us each to do is talk about where we were and what we expected before the tour. I will start, and then I will let each of you go. And then after that, we're going to talk about how we felt since the show before we go into the track by track. So let me just say that between Madam X and the Celebration Tour, my relationship with Madonna definitely changed. And maybe, I put in it something I wrote that maybe I didn't grow apart from Madonna. Maybe it was just me that changed. Like, there was a lot of death in my life, a lot of really hard things. Everyone goes through shit, and this just happened to be years. But usually in the past, when I went through shit, I would always lean on Madonna for support, not to sound cheesy or anything, but she always had a new album that was in the works that just happened to boom, come along and speak to me right when I needed it. And I feel like people might make fun of me. This could be something people might make fun of me for on Reddit. But here comes Jeff X is joining the chat. Woohoo! Yay! So this era of Madonna between 2018 and 2024 was the first time that trauma was happening in my life, and things were happening when Madonna wasn't releasing things that spoke to me in that moment. And honestly, I felt kind of lost and abandoned without her. Honestly, like I really did. I felt like a piece of my life was missing, and it honestly fucking hurt. Like Material Girl, I liked it more than other people. Vulgar was something. You had the fucking Frozen remixes, but even songs like Rebel Heart, Inside Out, fucking even Crave from Madam X, like these songs just came along when I needed them. And this was the first time in fucking 40 years of my life that I felt like my fucking IV was yanked from my arm. My life support wasn't there. And I just wasn't the same. Like, honestly, without Madonna, I'm not the same. I know that's so stupid. Like, people can make fun of me, but I'm not a complete person without, I'm getting a little emotional because I'm not fucking complete without Madonna. And so we had all the antics. We had the pink hair, we had the grills, we had Instagram. It was a very interesting journey with Madonna the last few years. We had, of course, when she came out on that awards show right after she had her surgery, people were all like, see, how could you make fun of her? But honestly, like, she did look bad to me, and I was concerned. I have to admit it. she did not look good. She did not look well to me. I felt like she was kind of going a little bit in a Pete Burns direction. Bless all their hearts, but that's not where I want my Madonna to go. And I was still with her. I was still would buy every fucking thing she ever released, but I was there physically, but not mentally. So that's where I was. She announces the celebration tour. It's gonna be a greatest hits. I kind of had, I didn't have many high hopes. The last tour, the Madam X tour, there were so many cancellations. I thought the Rebel Heart tour was a little ho hum. I did love the MDNA tour, but it was very dark. So going into this tour, I wouldn't even say I was cautiously optimistic. I was completely probably checked out for the most part. Completely watching everything. Like anytime a set list or a look or a wig or anything came out, like I was there, but I didn't expect to completely be back on the train. So, all right, and Jeff X, who just joined us, we are going around the circle and talking about where we were coming into the celebration tour. So, who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
So, like you, I mean, I've gone to like all of her tours except for like the reinvention tour since like Drowned World, and usually I've gone multiple nights. I definitely did not like Madam X tour at all, but I mean I like Rebel Heart even though like I didn't really care for the material she played. But like, you know, all of her antics with her face and her Instagram and just like, I don't know, I've been kind of turned off, and it's sad for me also because she's been a constant in my life for a long time, and to not have that anymore is sucky, but you know, you move on, I guess. And we got tickets for this originally because my friend who I go with, we've seen her a bunch of times, we've seen her in different cities, and it's like a special bond for us to go. So when it was announced, we were like, yeah, we'll go. And we were both kind of like, but this is like it. I'm kind of like done. Like I feel like Madam X was pretty like scraping the bottom personally, just to spend a ton of money and like not really have a good time because it was like super hot in there, and she went on like super late, and like they locked all your phones, and it was like, which was actually a good thing. But so anyway, so then she canceled the tour, and my friend and I actually hemmed and hawed whether or not we wanted to go again if she reannounced it. And which was interesting because we both originally were like, I could like just not go. And then we both kind of went, I'll probably regret it if we don't, so we should. So then we ended up going, and my friend's friend was able to like get us the hookup, and so we had like decent seats. And then like basically the night of the show, we found out we were like in the pit for like the friends and family section, and so we went from like having like a pretty like it would have been a good night anyway to all of a sudden like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be in our fucking face. And it was insane. And I would have felt in love with her again had I have sat anywhere in the theater, but to have been right fucking there was insane. I still think about it. I never do this, but I like put like photos on my screensaver because I'm like, I cannot believe I was like right fucking there. So
Here's my
I'm
phone.
back on the Madonna train.
Oh,
All right, who'd like to go next?
I'll go next. I was excited. I hadn't seen her on tour since Rebel Heart, and I liked Rebel Heart. I know both you and Jeff were trying to convince me to go and see her for Madam X when y'all came down here to see it, but I didn't get a chance. And yeah, that tour was very maligned completely because the cancellations and the injuries and everything that can go wrong went wrong. It's just like I felt like mom just had like a bad streak for years. It was it was the Brit Awards where she fell. And then, she did Rebel Heart, and that was delayed a good 3-4 months because Miami was supposed to be opening night. And then we didn't end up getting her to like January of 2016. So I was like, ah. And, she had the Eurovision fiasco, and it was just like, and like everything was going so wrong. And like, I'm like, why me? And then she did Pride in New York City 2 years ago, and everything went did a whole complete 180 because people were like, well, damn, if she can do a show like that and she can expand it and continue giving us hits like that, then it might work, which was great because then she announced the whole thing and we were kind of excited and stuff like that. And then the hospital thing and you know, the bacteria, and we're like, oh my God, is she going to be able to do this? We don't know. And then it's like, the show is amazing. It just, you know, me and you, Jeremy, just crying and enjoying the view and stuff like that together. And it was just like, it was so moving. It was like, it is the second best tour that I have seen personally behind the Confessions tour. Like, it was just like every song was a bop and a hit. And she was so personable. She talked to us. She gave us stories. It was just like, it was everything you wanted in a Madonna concert. I loved it. It was awesome.
All right, we have Albert and Sharon left.
I'll go.
Okay, Albert.
I was cautiously super excited when the tour was announced because, I mean, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, oh, would Madonna ever do a greatest hits tour? I would say, hell no. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that she would do that. So when they announced it, I mean, as a Madonna, like she always feeds us crumbs. Like she never likes to look back. She never likes to do retrospective things. So it was like hard to believe. So I'm like coming up with these set lists in my head, like, oh, she's gonna do this song and that song, and you know, but I didn't expect her to go back and really dig through her archives and show us what she's like. There's so many Easter eggs in the show that you can kind of, you know, unexpectedly be surprised by. It's incredible. But I was so excited, and then her illness happened, and that was really scary. That was probably the first time I really remember thinking about a world where Madonna might not be in it. And that was so crazy to me. And there were so many rumors going around about what it was. I mean, they told us what it was, but there were other rumors like, oh, she just had surgery, a plastic surgery, and this is just a cover up. So it was the not knowing if it was going to be rescheduled after all. I was so glad when it was. I was bummed out that the American leg was pushed back because one of my first show would have been one of the first three, I think. I think the third or fourth. But it happened and she did it. And I'm so proud of her for sticking through it and not canceling a single, like when she started, she wrote it all the way through. And I'm so proud of her and I'm so happy for her. Just seeing all this renewed love for her. I mean, the reception that I saw for her in Mexico and Brazil in particular, I'm so glad she got that. I'm so glad she got that. And heaven forbid this would be her last tour. I don't think it is. But if it would be, like, what a way to go out. I mean, 1.6 million people at your last concert. That's amazing. But I think she'll keep going. I don't know in what capacity, but I do think she'll keep going.
All right, now I'll go last after everybody.
Well, wait. Do we do Jeff X?
Yeah, Jeff, do you want to talk? I know Jeff's eating dinner, so I don't know if he wants to talk right now.
Okay.
Oh, well, if he shows up, he will. He'll be here at some point. And then we'll get to Ethan in a little bit. But Sharon, you watched it on live stream with us. So the Rio concert, that's another night that all of us shared together because, you know, we were watching it on Twitch with fucking people talking over us the whole time. And it was terrible.
I wouldn't know that because I had a VPN.
Well,
I had it all up on my computer screen.
I have to say something really quick. Sorry, I'm interrupted, but thank you, Jeremy, for giving me links because my friends kept asking me, this link is broken. Can you give me a new link? So you were like my link dealer. You were like my drug dealer on Saturday night. So I appreciate it. So yeah. So thank you for being the plug. Okay.
Anyway, it all came from this group chat. Bitch, David, I invited your ass to my loft and you didn't invite me to your motherfucking VPN.
I'm just a horrible person. No, because I was like, look, I use my VPN to watch a lot of Asian shows. So when they said it was only aired, you can watch it on global TV, but it only in Brazil, I was like, oh, bitch, I got this because I got my VPN. We're gonna work this real quick. And I was like, yes. And then yeah, let me tell you, that day was amazing on X because everybody was like, okay, how do you do this? How do you use a VPN? So we're all helping each other out. And then the links. You have a link. What about this link? I I'm here on the message boards and watching like 17 links pop up. Oh, this one died. Here's a new one. Here's this one. Here's that one. Thank God I didn't have the Twitch thing because I heard of issues, but I had the narrator, which was stupid. Like I had like this translator for everything that Bob said, and I was like, "Shut up, lady, shut up."
All right. Well,
So I don't know. Like, so I had the opposite experience with it because so I actually have a VPN, but I actually like fully found the whole like having the gay crack dealer with the Twitter links like
Nice.
and Twitch links like utterly delightful. Like that actually made my day. And the fact that we were like running under the cover of night to find like more Twitch links. And like in every Twitch link was like the most delightful like gay man who was like screaming at me in Portuguese. Like I don't know. I thought it was the best
it was the
experience ever.
best. It was.
Like,
The
I
wo-
don't know. I actually don't know that I would have wanted it any other way. Like yes, I could have turned on my. I know how to use a VPN. I could actually. It's on right now. I know how to use a VPN, but like to be perfectly honest with you, I watch. I mean, like, and I had beautiful little emojis popping up of unicorns. I mean, how the fuck was I supposed to watch this? I don't think there's a more authentic experience. Sorry, one of the announcers was Spanish, so I'm not. They weren't all Portuguese or speaking Portuguese, but like I thought it was great, and I loved that we kept having to like jump from link to link. That was kind of I don't know part of the I don't know. I found it part of the charm of that day.
That's
Never
a cute
forget.
adventure. It reminds me of when she did Tears of a Clown, and all I could do was watch Oliver Periscope the whole time.
Oh.
Oh my god, on Paris, that's really funny.
All right. So
I mean, yeah.
for our for Sharon, Ethan, and Jeff X, who are some have just gotten here. Right now, we are talking about where we were with Madonna before this tour. So we're all kind of shared. Like I shared how I honestly felt lost. Like I felt like first time in 40 years I didn't have my IV lifeline to help me get through everything, and it really kind of fucked
Why
me up.
weren't you streaming Frozen on Fire? She was right there all along. Frozen
Yeah,
on Fire
that's
was
true.
out. Also hung up on Takesha. I'm saying her
Takesha.
name wrong. Probably. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we had plenty of songs out. I don't know why you couldn't just listen to those songs. Those songs are Bible.
Well, anyway. So Sharon, where were you with Madonna before this tour?
I mean, so I mean, I mean, it was enough to say that I didn't actually attend the tour. So I mean, I think I should say something, right?
Do you regret
I
that
mean,
you didn't attend?
yes and no, because I regret it in the sense that if I could have made it work, would I have been there? Absolutely. But like we weren't actually physically in Seattle at the time that like there like from a scheduling standpoint, I couldn't have made it work even if I wanted to. But and then I'm like I have a kid. Like it's just like my life is chaos. 99% of the time anyway. But and sadly, she wouldn't have let me take her to the concert. I even tried, but the thing is, and there was, and actually about 2 weeks before the show, I had the fifth or sixth debate in my mind on whether or not I was just going to go ahead and fly to Tampa. But and like, trust me, like that went through my mind 5 or 6 different times, but then it was just like, this is way too crazy. I can't do this with my life. But but the thing for me, like I think one of the big things for me was watching her go through the health crisis. And I really had a moment with that because like to me, it was interesting because to me, I was just like, she can't keep doing this and not like acknowledging the truth of her own like human existence. Like she's, she has to confront her age, and she has to confront like the limits of her own like abilities. And like, she's not a decade younger than she is. She can't like, and that was, to me, was the challenges of the Madame X tour. It's like she was trying to do all the dancing, and she was trying to keep up with this incredibly grueling pace. And like, and I think her age was catching up to her, whether or not she wanted to admit it to herself or not. And so my interpretation of what happened was like, she was pushing herself, and she wasn't like taking the note that like, hey, you know what? Like, you need to take care of yourself, lady. Like, you're putting yourself through a hugely like challenging situation right now, and you got to take care of yourself if you want to get through this, right? And so like, there for me, there was also a little bit of like, is she going to be able to pull this off, right? And maybe I didn't have enough faith in her, right? Which to some extent I'm a little bit ashamed of. And I will say that I went through in real time with my Jeffrey, when he got at the last moment got the tickets upgraded, and he sent me the pictures. And then I went down to LA with my daughter, and he showed me the pictures. And I was just like, oh my God. I mean, that's also a very Jeffrey thing, where he's just like, oh, I randomly end up 2 feet from Madonna. Of course you do. Like, of course you randomly show up like 2 minutes, 2 feet from Madonna, like who doesn't, right? But when I saw the photos that he had, it's like, she looked amazing. And I was just like, and I was so grateful to hear, it's a weird thing to say, but I was so grateful to hear that she did the show, and it was so like full of life, and all of the songs, it was like all the songs we all wanted, right? I was so excited to hear it was like all the songs we wanted. And it was weird for me to say this, but I was so happy to hear that she wasn't dancing so much. And by that I mean that it sounded like she actually had she had that moment almost dying and saying, I need to do this tour. I need to do this tour right. I need to take care of myself, because this tour is bigger. I mean, like, this is my interpretation. Like, this tour is bigger than me. This is like for all of us, right? Like, we all have to, like, we have to make this tour work, because like, this is going to be, but let's face it, like this, like, she's not going to have like we all want her to have many years to come, and we all believe that she's going to have many years to come, but like, she's not 20 anymore. It's like we all needed this tour desperately, and I'm so glad that she like did it in a way that, she could be fully present, and everyone could be there and have that, because like, I was just really worried if she was going to try to push herself too much, and then it, and then maybe like, it wasn't gonna work out. Anyway, so with all of that said, watching the Rio show for me was so joyful, because and seeing her like at the top of her form in front of that many people, it was just like, I can't even tell you how great it felt, and to do that with all of you, it was just, I mean, I'm literally close to tears right now. I mean, I just can't tell you how great that felt, so thank you for having my little family here to watch that with. So
And let me share a couple things. When she announced that it was a very wide scale major tour that is geared more towards the general Madonna fan, like, the hardcores were all there, but this was a big tour where she was again reaching a more broad audience. I was so terrified of something fucking up once again, and in front of everybody, they're all going to be talking about the thing Madonna did, and the fact that she pulled it off without a hitch. I never accepted, like you, Sharon. I'm mad at myself for not giving her the credit. And the second thing I'll say is, like, after the tour, I'm friends with some of the major Madonna bloggers and the podcasters, and I'm the kind of person, like, I like to gather people. So I'm like, let's do this ultimate podcast where all the people and my friends are here, and we can all talk about the tour. And there were a couple were kind of like, one was lukewarm, and then the other flat out denied me. And like, I'm a little sensitive. I'm like, oh, I just wanted us all to like share a moment. So then being here tonight with all you guys, I'm like, you know what? This is my family. Sorry. We got our own podcast. You're too busy for mine. All right. All good, man. I guess we don't all have to be in it together. Because you know what? I'm never too busy for anybody. I always have time for everyone. So, all right. much love, but you know, I just want us all to holiday celebration come together in every nation. Like, I'm such a gatherer. So, all right, I just had to have that moment. Welcome back to the podcast, Eric.
Hello.
Let's do Jeff and then Ethan and then Eric. To fill you in, Eric, we're talking about how we were with Madonna as we went into this tour. It was a strange few years. It was interesting. Jeff X, my brother from Orlando, we saw the Madam X tour together, and then we were standing side by side for Celebration. So we did this whole journey together. I love you guys so much. Like, this is and something that the viewers don't know. Like, we got to say this for the viewers. I rented my loft. I have a loft that I rent in Tampa. We call it the Gloft, where I can bring 50 people. We had our own buffet, all you can drink, but we literally shared this concert with our mom as a family. Like, we were all together, and those that weren't there were there in spirit. Like, we were talking about all y'all, you know. So as much as I would have loved to have done the ultimate podcast with everybody, but at the end of the day, keep it together in the family, right? All right, Jeff X, where were you with Madonna before this tour?
I don't know. I was a little like, after Madam X, it was cute, but it wasn't what we expected. And we couldn't stop talking about it on the way back home. Remember that? We were like, it was kind of, it was kind of like we were just like, it was my first time seeing her live, believe it or not. I never had seen her. Just my biggest artist, and she's right there. Can't come back there, but anyway, she's. I was really like, it was like a lukewarm, moment. But when it was announced and she released that reel or that Instagram thing, whatever, the video with her and Amy Schumer and everybody talking about, that I should do a greatest hits tour, right? Like, I'm like, yes, like this is what we want. Greatest hits.
Can I add something really quick? You just brought up Amy Schumer. Why does she keep advertising Amy Schumer in these like clips? Like, no one wants to see Amy Schumer. I'm sorry.
We're like, this was before everything, and therefore
we're gonna have to but back then, a couple years ago, it's cool. But I was like, I was like, wow, like it's a tour, so finally we're gonna get to see her. And right away when the tickets dropped, Jeremy hit us up, and I was just sending him money, like ticket. Another one wants a ticket.
Like, bitch, I got you your ticket. Now give me my money. And I was like,
yeah, I got your ticket, bitch. Give me.
I haven't had that much money. I haven't had that much money going in and out of my Venmo since that hot dishwasher.
So I'm like, we're going. I'm like, I'm putting it on my card. Let's go. Like, but we had gotten it. We were so excited, and then of course, what happened? She got sick with the bacteria. We had to ended up postpone to the following year, and then finally, it's time for the concert, and we got there, and it was just amazing. I was already excited because I didn't see any like the set list. I didn't want to see any of it. I did see a couple of clips of the tour, like very quickly, because I didn't want to spoil it for myself. And usually I am a spoiler. Like when it comes to movies or things I like to see anything and everything I get my eyes and hands on. But I didn't do it this time because I wanted to be like fully surprised. And she's finally giving us what we've wanted, at least what I've wanted, which is the hits. I don't want to hear a new album. I don't want to hear some weird new experimental music from some other country, which I'm not against that, but I don't want to hear that from her. I want Into the Groove. I want Everybody. I want Causing a Commotion. I want Live to Tell. I want Open Your Heart. Like I want, Vogue. I want Keep It Together. I want Nothing Really Matters. Like I want, that kind of stuff. That's what I want to hear. I'm like, I don't want to hear new experimental stuff. I don't want it. I don't want it. Give me the old shit. That's what we want. And that's what she gave us. And she gave us like twisted new versions of some of them. I love how, oddly enough, after we had already bought our tickets and literally a couple weeks before our show, her team reached out to us for those of you who are new to never met me, I'm one of the survivors. I hate to repeat it as a running theme, but I'm one of the survivors of the Pulse nightclub shooting. And I almost didn't make it. I got shot several times. I lost several of my friends. Anyway, she did provide us with free tickets for the Miami show. So she did give us free tickets to Miami. Like each survivor or family member got 2 tickets per person, so you can bring a +1. And unfortunately, I couldn't go with my survivor brothers and sisters to the Miami show, but I did have a free show. I tried to give the tickets to my friend in Miami, and her team said you can't do that because it's under your name, so you'd have to come and pick them up personally and give it. And I'm not in Miami; I'm 3 hours away, and I couldn't go that weekend. And I had already seen her with you guys, so we had already paid our tickets. So it was like, yeah, it is what it is. But I was told by her team that she did know who I was, and she had seen my pictures, and they had gotten pictures of my injuries. They showed her all that. I was like, they're like, yeah, M knows who you are. I was like, wait, what? I was like, ah! So I was like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, she knows your thing, and we're not sure if she's gonna do anything for you in Tampa. I know that she's planning to say something or do something in Miami. Unfortunately, nothing did happen in Tampa, but we did have a great time, all of us. And then we got to hang out with Moira, one of her old besties. So that was a good time, and meet her family, take pictures. Um, but in the Miami show, I sent some of you guys the clip. She did do a shout out. She did like a nice, beautiful speech to the survivors and families of Pulse, and it was very emotional for us. It was emotional for her. She got emotional during that speech, and she actually did read out some of my survivor brothers and sisters' names and their injuries and what they experienced during the show. So I was like in shock that she did that, and I thought that was really nice and it was personal. And like she said, she's like, I make music to make people happy, to go out to a club, to dance. You never expect that some asshole is gonna come in here and fuck shit up. And I love that she was candid. She cursed, she was herself as always. There was no filter, and that's what we expect from her, and that's what I loved about her, and I always will. But sadly, I didn't get 2 shows. I could have went to see her twice, but sadly I couldn't. But I overall I loved all of that. And another thing too, I don't want to skip ahead, but I'm friends with some of the guys at the Instagram page, the AIDS Memorial, and they've featured a family member of mine. They've featured her a couple of times, and they have personally reached out to me and said, your story touched us so much. We're forwarding it to other people who may be interested for like World AIDS Day, like podcasts and stuff. So thanks to them, they pawned off my story with my family member to other, outlets and media outlets. And I was able to share her story and with mine and hers and other places. And it was cool because some of them were pretty, big outlets. And I was like that. I was amazed that they did that for me. What I did not know until after our concert was that I was like, wait, I saw you guys have been posting a lot of her performance from Live to Tell, and there's a lot of tiles and pictures of all the people who passed away. I'm like, did they get that off your site? Like, was my aunt featured on that or my friend's family? And they're like, did you submit that like NDA and whatever? And I'm like, I didn't get. And he was like, yeah, like we did like a vague post to see who would catch it and like submit their family members and friends. So they actually, my friends at the AIDS Memorial actually worked closely with the guys from her tour who did all the videos and stuff in the background, and they actually put that together with fan submissions. Those were actual fans, family members, and friends. And unfortunately, my family member was not up there. Almost made that too, but still touching. I was crying that whole time. We were all crying, Jeremy, like me, David, all of us. I don't think there was a dry eye in the at that concert, especially during that song and that performance. It was very powerful, very powerful. But yeah, I loved that. Probably the best tour concert for me from her.
All right. Well, we're going to welcome to the podcast a new member. He's been watching us from afar, but now he's in the group. Ethan, where were you? Introduce yourself. Talk a little bit about your background, and where were you with Madonna before this tour started?
Hi, so I'm Ethan. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is boring as fuck. Don't come here, it's terrible. I don't know where I was with Madonna. So I've been a fan of her, like a big fan, probably since 2017. I'm a newer fan, so I've been wanting to see her. I was talking about going to Madam X tour, which I'm kind of glad I didn't, to be honest, because I feel like that wouldn't be a first or like a good first concert of her because I like her deep cuts actually a lot. Like I actually prefer her deep cuts versus her like hit songs, for example. But I just wasn't feeling Madam X like that. It just wasn't. I don't know. I really liked American Life too, so I thought I would have liked it better, but it just wasn't for me. So I don't know. I was still getting into her older music at that time, so I was more distracted with that, so I wasn't paying attention as much to like the new stuff she was putting out. But I did find her Instagram kind of funny actually. I don't know. I just thought it was a joke. I don't even know if she was being serious about half the stuff she was doing on Instagram or if she was actually just being legit. But either way, it didn't really bother me that much. I would joke about her Instagram, but it was funny. But for me, I was kind of nervous about this tour before it even got delayed, actually. I just had like a weird feeling about it, unfortunately. And then something did happen with her health, which is really terrible. But I don't know. I don't really have that interest of the story, I guess. I don't know. I just was waiting to see her live, and honestly, I was willing to like go pay for her and for her to perform like Britney does, where she just lip syncs and like walks around stage all the time. Like I don't really care. Like I wouldn't care if she had done that because I feel like she would have still slayed either way. So I don't know. I didn't really have that much expectations for it either way, which was a good thing because I feel like it made the experience even better because I walked in saying if she does good, she does good. If she does bad, she does bad. But she's Madonna, so she did amazing, of course. So yeah, that was kind of my little thing.
Cool. Well, welcome. And
Thank
Eric,
you.
welcome back to our podcast. I'm glad you're still part of the family. I have not heard about your experience with this tour. Now, you know what? Before Eric talks, let me interject something. First, it was Jeffrey Dicker saw the show in LA, and he said, "Holy shit!" Now, Jeffrey's been the biggest Madonna hater, not the biggest, but like we
Pretty
all
big.
are pretty big. So you come back from this concert, you're like, "Holy shit!" Like I am a believer again, and I'm sitting at this very laptop. I'm like, "Sure, okay, all right, sure." Then Ethan saw the concert, and he's like, "Holy shit!" Like you're posting your things.
No,
Albert,
I think I saw the concert before Jeremy because I saw
yeah,
it in
you saw it
Chicago.
before me, didn't you?
So I saw it like February 2nd.
Right.
It was amazing. Like I don't know why the concert does not translate to video as well.
It doesn't.
You have to be there. I don't know. That's the vibe. I don't know. You just have to be there.
So then Albert was posting his thing. So everyone that was seeing this concert was kind of like flipping and like back. So I was like, okay. And then sure as fuck, that's exactly what happened when I saw the concert. And we'll get to that in a little bit. But Eric,
Yeah.
where were you with Madonna going into the concert? And tell us
So
a little bit.
I was like with y'all like last year I was gonna do the whole Texas run. And originally she was gonna do 2 shows in Dallas, 2 shows in Houston, and 2 shows in Austin. But then when she got sick, she changed that whole setup. So then I did 2 shows in Dallas and 2 shows in Austin. And so it's like one weekend I'm working, the other weekend I'm not working, then another weekend I get to go see the show. So um I was just like um I'm sorry. What's your name with the blue vest? I'm sorry.
Jeffrey?
Blue tank. Oh,
Jeff.
yeah, Jeff, I'm sorry. I was just like you. I just didn't want to see other clips. I just wanted to see the show. And it sucks that she's not working with Jamie King. I guess she wanted to try something really different. And then, I saw some other people's clips in London when it just started. And like just to be there to see how massive the crown and everything is in the beginning, it's just like the production is really, really good. So I saw 2 shows in Dallas. I brought a bunch of merch, and saw it in Austin. It was really, really sweaty in there. But if I had the money, I would go to Rio to go see her over there also. But I really like this concert a lot. This will be my 25th time seeing her live. It's just like once you see the show, it's you want to see another show. And some people think that seeing one show is like it's enough, but not in my eyes. But you get to meet other fans who are just like you, who are big fans of hers, you know. And like no matter what, I will always stick with her. So I had a great time. I will never ever forget every time seeing her live.
All right. So we all shared our experience going to this tour. So here we are in my loft. I have a bowl of mashed potatoes in one hand. I have like 3 Diet Pepsis.
Food there.
There was
There
some
was
good
really
food.
good food.
But then
Do you
You
have
know-
a bowl of weed loaded up though?
No.
That's the important Oh,
No.
that sucks.
I'm a good girl. I don't do that. But anyway, everyone else does.
Although I tried to turn him.
Everyone has smoked endo before. Does anyone get my reference? Does anyone get it? If not, okay. Yeah, the Letterman reference. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Don't interrupt me, Ethan. Don't make me go Madonna on you. All right. I'm the motherfucking boss around here. What's that from, y'all? Truth or dare. Okay. So Bob the drag queen comes out. And then, does the introduction, and I'm feeling like a rise in my fucking chest. I'm like this anticipation, and then fucking Nothing Really Matters starts. Madonna comes out, and she's fucking owning the universe like I haven't seen her do. You know what? When we were all in our group chat about Rio, I think it was Stephen Phoenix, like there was a smile on, like the real genuine Madonna smile was there for the first time since her fucking divorce. I will say that I think that divorce fucked her up so bad. It can take 15 years to recover from a huge trauma when things happen over and over. They kept fucking her up. And on this tour, I saw that the light and the joy inside of her that only she can bring to that level. And when she came out on that stage singing Nothing Really Matters, it wasn't only seeing Madonna that moved me, but it was watching the faces of all my friends that weren't huge Madonna fans. There were a lot of people in that box that were more casual fans, and their jaws hit the floor. So not only did this concert touch us, but it made everybody in that loft a believer. And so it wasn't just watching the concert, but it was watching everyone else react to the concert that really made me fall really in love. Does that make sense at all? Like seeing all of your faces.
Yeah.
Like
and you turned to me, and sorry to interrupt. You turned to me, and it was, I believe, right after that song, or when she was segueing into, was it Everybody? I forgot, but it was first a couple songs. You turned to me and you were like, Madonna's back, bitch. She's fucking back. Like, she's back, baby. She's fucking back. And I was, do you think she's back? And I was like, yes, she's fucking back. And we clapped hands. I was like,
listen, bitch, I got it right here. Right around.
Oh my God.
I have to just interject. What time did she go on for everybody?
Oh, 10:45.
9:45.
10:45 in Tampa. 10:30 in Miami.
Yeah, we had like 9:45 also, which was like, we had like such an ordeal getting in. It was like we had this like great opportunity, and everything was a shit show, like getting to our spot. And we actually didn't have that much time to wait by the time we went through the rigmarole. Parking was like a disaster. It was just like,
It's
and
$80 to park. I need a cigarette in my oxygen tank.
all of us were like very close to getting negative about it. And then it was like,
Oh, good times. It's,
How
Yeah,
many
that was
people
great.
how many people watched that video over and over?
What
Is it-
I
video?
couldn't stop laughing because I was like, that's me, bitch.
The old Italian queen in LA.
Yeah.
She's like, we had
Ethan,
to
you
find,
never
like,
saw that?
No,
I'll send it
I'm
to
still
you.
out of the loop. I feel stupid.
No,
Sorry.
you're in the loop. You're in
He
the
said we
loop.
gotta spend $80 to go park, to then walk 4 blocks. Now I'm out of breath and I
Wait,
feel
hold
like I
on.
need
I paid $80 for 2 drinks at the venue. Like, we got totally ripped off, but the bartenders
my
in
God.
Chicago were so mean, so we didn't even fight with them. We're like, we'll just get ripped off. It's fine. It's Madonna. It's
Free
cool.
drinks in my loft. So anyway,
I wouldn't know because I was drinking it up, child.
that's right, honey.
And they had done extended that
They sure
that
did because
bar.
Madonna was late. Okay, Nothing really matters. What do you guys think of this opening? I mean, a Madonna concert opening. Let's go through them. What's she opened Virgin with? Dress You Up. Then you had Who's That Girl opened with? Remind me.
Open your heart.
Open Your Heart. Express Yourself. Erotica. Fucking
Drown World.
was Drown World. Yep. Reinvention was Vogue. Confessions was Future Lovers. Candy Shop.
She forgot to perform Candy Shop. I need to bring that up later. Anyway.
MDNA opened with Girl Gone Wild. Then you had Iconic. And then you had what the fuck? God
We
Control.
don't remember. Let's just skip over Madam X.
But Nothing Really Matters as a concert opener. It was so fucking good with the crown.
That's all I gotta say because, like, first of all, Nothing Really Matters is one of my favorite Madonna songs. I won in this fucking tour with so many of my fave songs. I was at Halloween Horror Nights the first night, and people were blowing up my phone. Oh my God, she did Nothing Really Matters. Oh my God, she did Nothing Really Matters. And we were like, wait, what? Because obviously the only performance we have of Nothing Really Matters is from the 99 Grammys.
We won't talk about that.
She never done it at all on a tour. So it was just like, okay. And they're trying to send me clips. I'm like, no, bitch, I don't want to see. So it's what I was waiting for. And it was just amazing. Just amazing.
I feel like a lot of the set list was kind of like that, though. It's like all of the songs are like they're not deep cuts by any stretch of imagination, but a lot of the songs were like tracks that like we kind of hadn't seen live in like a minute, right? Like, I thought she did a really great job of that, of like bringing stuff like it felt, even though like obviously these are all songs that like everybody knows, but like I felt like she did a really great job like bringing the songs that like the people that her fans really like cared about, and like, you know, like I don't want to jump all the way ahead, but like the rendition of Rain at the end, like that was such a moment. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we didn't get Rain. We didn't get Rain.
We got to take a bow.
I feel so lucky I got Rain. It was so good.
Oh, of course it was.
I like Take a Bow better personally, but it was like,
Jeffrey, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
And also, a lot of them sounded close to the originals, like they weren't heavily mixed, which I really like.
Yes, I
Stuart
like that.
Price, good job, Stuart Price, being the musical director.
Yes, he
and
did a
he
good job.
was the opening act at my show.
We had someone that I never heard of.
Yeah, Stuart Price was really good.
Albert, did you go to all the LA shows? How many LA shows did you go to?
I did. I went to all of them, and Stuart. I mean, I saw various DJs on this tour, but Stuart's set was perfect. It was perfect.
It was pretty great.
Albert, how many shows did you see again?
I went to 12 for this tour.
Wow.
Yeah, so and I got to see the show through many different vantage points, so it was really cool to see it from different angles.
Did you see something different every single time in some ways?
Absolutely. I mean, it's you know, standing in the pit versus standing at the end of the main runway. It's so different, and each one has its pros and cons, but it was amazing.
All right. Well, any other thoughts on Nothing Really Matters, Madonna's opening number, before we go into the first section?
This outfit and the thing and that big, you know, Saturn ring going around her.
She already. Oh, I'm interrupting. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, so I saw Mariah like a week or two ago in Vegas, and she had that thing on her stage too. So I'm like, was Mariah inspired by Madonna? I love both, but I don't know. Was there some inspiration taken from Madonna? I don't know. She's the queen of pop.
More than likely.
Yeah, more than likely.
But yeah, I loved it. I thought that was a great opener. I didn't expect that as the opener. I know a couple of you did know the set list ahead of time. I didn't know shit. So when they came up with that, and I think that's a great song to open with because that's such a personal song to her. You know, when I was very young, nothing really mattered to me but making myself happy. I was the only one, blah, 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 like all those lyrics. And then like nothing really matters. At the end of the day, love is all you need. And it's like bringing everybody back together full circle. And then there's a circle. And it was just the whole look, the vibe, the lighting, everything was just, oof, a great way to open.
And Jeff, remember when we saw Madam X? I'm like, this isn't really a Madonna vibe. Like, it didn't have the power.
Jeremy even apologized to me in the car. He's like, I'm sorry that I took you to first. This was your first Madonna concert.
I felt bad because like the magic wasn't there. I feel like she was yelling at us the whole concert, like, artists are here to disturb the peace. Do you understand? I'm like, yes, we do, Madonna. Like,
Give me your phone.
give me your phone. Listen to Bad Chuka.
She should have done a monologue like that and then did Candy Shop right after. That would have been amazing.
That would have been much better.
Opportunity.
That would have been much better. But Jeffrey, do you think it's fair to say that right from that first song in Celebration Tour, you saw the power of Madonna like you'd never seen at the Madam X tour?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right. Oh,
yeah.
Go ahead.
That was it.
All right. So the first section, we had everybody into the groove, burning up and open your heart. There was a little bit of the role playing with Bob the drag queen. I love that she brought the chair out for Open Your Heart. So like Albert said, there's all these Easter eggs. The chair was there. The nudie girl was there from the video on the background. Burning Up, she did the demo version from Pre-Madonna,
Which was
playing
really
the electric
cool.
guitar. Yep. My cousin's boyfriend's like, she doesn't really play guitar. She definitely was playing guitar and singing, without a doubt. That wasn't
Yep.
She's
fake.
played guitar for years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what'd you guys think of that little block? Any thoughts on that?
I loved
it.
I love that she went back to her New York roots, which is my favorite era for Madonna.
What'd you think of the little mime next to her that was like the younger version of herself? I mean, that was
kind of creepy. And I like creepy. I'm a huge horror fan. I was like, I thought that was creepy, but I loved it. And I got to see what she looks like, the girl. She's really pretty.
Yeah, she is.
And I was wondering, is that one of her male dancers acting like a girl? I'm like, I couldn't tell what it was, but it was actually a completely separate person. And she's really pretty, and she seems really sweet from I see her videos online. But I loved it because you had the vintage flyers of her face from that era throughout the early '80s, like Danceteria, over here CBGBs, all like it was like a collage of all her vintage flyers, and I was like, wow, like and then the train, the subway station, and all that, like taking you back into that time frame and that era. I loved it. And everybody's one of my top faves. And then, Burning Up. I didn't expect her to do that, and then she gave a shout out to CBGBs and all of that. The whole, all of it. Open Your Heart. Right after that was nice too, and those paintings just coming down. Oof. We were like, oh, like it was just like I felt like I was in the video. It was such a, I don't know, it was surreal. And our visual from where we were at wasn't that far. We were at a higher point, but we could still see the entire setup, and it was like it hits you. It really hit us. Even though those were happy, pumping club songs, it made our eyes water again. So it was like, it was like so happy to feel that she was feeling that, and that she was just having fun. There was no pretentiousness, no message. We're here to party. Like, it's celebrate. So.
And I feel like to front load the show with like really accessible classics, I'm going to say something that's kind of politically incorrect, but I gauge how successful the show was by how much my cousin's titties were bouncing. I mean, she was just over there like boom, 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 right from the first act. And if she was here, she'd be like, it sure was. Like, she's probably like in her early 20s, and she casually knew Madonna, but I saw her and her boyfriend just fall in love with Madonna. And everybody in my box felt like I had a couple people that were casual, but they just fell in love. And this first set was so clever how it spoke to the casual fan and to us diehards right here. It was a classic rebranding. You know what I mean? She reached every demographic, and that is so hard to do. And something I wrote about on my blog is, Madonna, the premise of the concert was how her younger self was kind of following her around. But something that was hard for me during the show is all these different versions of my younger self is locked up in every one of these songs. So every song that came out really took me back to a memory or something I went through or a pain or a healing. Like, I was not prepared for the emotional journey of this concert because every song was kind of like a treasure chest that held a piece of myself from the past. And that's a lot to process. And I wasn't prepared for it at all. So heavy
Yeah,
shit.
she put a lot of thought into this first chunk of the concert. The whole reason that the dancers have flashlights during everybody, like when she explained that, how back in the day she would ask her friends to bring flashlights to illuminate her when she would do these rooftop gigs because there was no lighting. Or during Burning Up, the reason she throws the beer bottle into the crowd. I forget what show it was, but she said the reason she does that is because when she would play these little bars, people would throw beer bottles at her. So just little things like that she took from her past and incorporated them into the show. And she said, nothing in this show is by coincidence. Everything is symbolic. So she thought about every bit of each performance in the tour, and I thought that was just really impressive. And I think that's because she was digging into her archives for the biopic that she was working on that is currently on hold. And I think she really dug deep into her past and incorporated that into the concert.
All right, so then we had Holiday closing out this section, and at the end, the dancers started laying down and disappearing one by one. And she kept singing Holiday, like slower and slower. And then she put her
transition.
jacket.
Oh,
Jesus.
Wait. Did she do Into the Groove before Holiday? I forget.
yes.
Yes, yeah. Everybody into the groove, Burning Up, Open Your Heart, Holiday,
And then Holiday.
and then Holiday.
And then
I loved all that too, and that's another thing that I liked is the way her dancers looked. They had a lot of the like West Village, like they had a lot of like old school New York club punk looks, like they were reminiscent to what people were looking like at the time in those clubs, Paradise Garage, like all of that. And then she gave them an homage to Paradise Garage, and you guys saw the skit with Bob not letting her in the club and all of that. And I thought that was pretty dope. And one of the dancers even was like her ex, like Pasqua, like you saw his headpiece, the hair, and paying that homage to them and the art, his art and Keith Haring's art, all of that. It was just so dope. I love that. Like you said, Albert, all the intricate little details. If you don't look, you'll miss them. But that was dope to see. Yeah,
that's the reason why it was a plus to go to multiple shows, because there was always, and Albert, I think you can speak, and Eric as well, because like every time I watched 2 shows and I noticed something different every time. Like I was like, oh shit, oh my God, because I was in a different angle and I'm like, oh, wait, this happened? I don't remember this.
Do we have any opinion that she's singing Into the Hollywood Groove?
Oh, yeah, that's my one complaint.
I hate that version.
Not have had that, but I think it's sort of like at least she touched on a part of her career that
Yeah, it was jarring though because all the casual friends around me were singing along, and then like you could tell when they kind of like were like, "Wait, am I singing it wrong?" Because
yeah,
because those aren't the original lyrics. But it's
like, where's Missy? If you're going to do this, where is Missy?
You should have brought Missy. That would have been a good
Or
surprise.
at least a Gap commercial. Where was that?
Yeah, on the screen. Yeah. And like you said, Jeremy,
and why didn't she do a split?
Everybody, Holiday, we're all happy. She takes us on this high.
Oh, and then we crash and burn.
And we crash and burn into the flames. And they all disappear, like you said, Jeremy. And then that dancer, just like, and you hear the heartbeat, doom, 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 doom. And she says, when she lost a friend long ago, he was 23 years old, and then
she goes into
in this life.
In this life.
Yeah.
Once again, Erotica. If you're a stan of Erotica, this was your tour.
Yeah, and then the next one. So
yes.
So I'm gonna make a bold statement, but I feel like this version of Live to Tell might be one of the best, if not the best, live thing she ever did. I just think that was so fucking deep, so powerful. I get teary-eyed just thinking about it.
Because it's me and you hugging each other,
God,
crying,
I know.
watching this.
I cried last night because I saw a good HD version of the Rio show last night. it's already gone, and it's weird because it was up there for a few days. So I was like, oh, it's been up for a few days. No one's taking it down. Tomorrow morning, I'll send the link. They're gone. So, but
Oh
I
no,
saw,
I found a good one too and downloaded it with the quickness.
oh,
It's
good.
a
Send it to
beautiful
me.
computer here.
And I love
I fucking
and
cried.
and I want to hear all you guys' opinions on that performance, but I want to also what I found different what was the Rio one because I was like, wait, they're at the beach. She can't float on the platform thingy because there's no rooftop to hold her. So what are they gonna do? And I was thinking that, and then I saw how they lifted her on the bench, and then the bench underneath became part of like another screen or something, and then it became part of the. I don't know where they came up with that, but that was. I mean, obviously that must have been pre-planned months ago, but uh, I think that was a good version of it too. I just wished they had gotten the floating her because her floating and looking at the pictures was such a beautiful experience.
I don't know
In the
how I don't know how she did that every night because like there was I noticed at one point when she was like waving goodbye to them and I was like, fuck.
yes,
Like everyone was like
Yeah,
done.
she cried. I mean, she had tears in her eyes at many of the shows that I went to. I mean, I took a picture. She's clearly crying. So I don't know how her voice wasn't cracking, but she got through it.
Yeah, I don't know how she could do that night after night because that was like freaking tough. Like that was really I felt like really sorry for her at that moment. Like, man, what like terrible thing to lose so many friends that are, you know.
And I feel like that level of brutal art is something that only Madonna can do. Like, she might have some frivolous stuff, and we like that too. But I mean, this performance of Live to Tell is such high level, beautiful, true art. Like, I like it when Madonna doesn't have to say artist disturbs the piece. She just makes art. And that's what this fucking tour was. Finally, again. Like,
But also like the song almost takes on a new meaning because I mean she sang it when she was so young and now she's lived to tell, literally.
Mhm.
And it's like it was so powerful. It was really a fucking awesome moment. I mean, like again, you know, I've been so jaded on down on her for the last few years, and it was like, man, this just affirms like all those years were not wasted.
so Jeff X, you didn't know the set list and you hadn't known this was coming. How hard did this hit you seeing this unexpectedly?
it hit me hard. It hit me hard, and then seeing the faces and Flynn and Hard, Herring and Martin, like all of them, and then you start seeing like Freddie Mercury, and then it just segued, and it just went into all kinds of people from all around the world, and they were from the fans and whatever relatives, and obviously that hits me personally because I've had several relatives who have lived with that or died from that, and one I actually took care of in my teens. I had to take the school bus after on the city's bus across town to take care of that person. And I saw what it did to them. So it was very personal for me and that song always has been. But when I saw that performance, it was like I feel like everyone was quiet and it was just like in crying. And I looked around me and it wasn't just our people. Like I looked at people on the other seats and people on the other uh sections and I could see that they were all like teary eyed or watery eyed. And if they weren't crying, they were just like stoic, just watching it all
When you think of
like
the Rio concert, like they pan to this couple in the audience. And
Making
Matthew
out.
from
The one's crying and making out.
yeah.
I was like, what are they doing? But it
People are
was
like,
just
this is the gayest show ever, and I
yeah.
live.
And the thing was when they showed them panting and making out, the song it was still segueing into the song. I think it wasn't the song. Like
Yeah,
the
it
whole
wasn't.
thing started. So I don't think they were aware that was going to be the next performance. But yeah. But it was hard. It was hard, and I cried again last night when I saw it. I'm not gonna lie, the cry hit me again when I saw the real one, like clearly. So yeah. How about you guys?
Yeah, any other thoughts on Live to Tell? Who wants to jump in?
I loved the screens that came down or I don't know what they're called. I'm like blanking. Yeah.
There were electronic curtains, as it seems. There were
Yeah.
electronic
Yeah.
curtains.
Yeah,
They
they
just
seem
rolled
yeah, they seem very classic, but also like I've never seen it done like that before. So she just I don't know the production of the I know I'm bringing it to the production, but the production of the whole show was amazing, especially during Live to Tell. Like the emotional impact of that performance already was amazing, but if you stand back and look at like all what was going on stage as well, it was amazing on that level too. So just overall, it was a perfect performance. So I see where Jeremy's coming from when he said that's one of her best performances, because it really is on every level, every aspect of it was perfect. So yeah.
What about poor Luther Vandross?
Shush, shush. Okay.
Are you
I don't
trying to
know
get
how
her
that
canceled?
happened.
All right. Further thoughts on Live to Tell.
You know, it's a classic and it has a lot of meaning to it, and it was very well done. Let me tell you, when we think of Live to Tell and performances, we think of the Confessions tour.
On the cross, yeah.
That is maybe it's the best, but this one was really good.
See,
No,
I'll
I
never
like
this
who's
one
that
took
girl?
like
Who's that girl? Is still that girl.
the
though, so
emotion,
that's
the
fine.
emotion alone. Like that's why we all three were bawling. That's why it was just like, and I'm here drunk, crying and screaming, the best fucking bridge ever in history. It was just, I'm like,
this performance though erased all the past ones for me. This will always be the definitive performance of Live to
and
Tell.
I can see that, and I can truly see that. Like I won't like, I'm on the debate because like, yo.
No, who's that girl is still my favorite though. Her vocals on that in that era though, they're still it's
No,
still
yeah, you're absolutely
yeah.
right.
I mean, the amazing thing is that every performance of Liv to Tell has been great in her
Yeah,
career.
thank God.
And
Albert
I
shows up
honestly-
as the voice of reason. Thank you.
yeah, and I honestly feel like Live to Tell is, for me, is shaping up to be the song of her career. I mean, it's just an amazing song.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's my favorite, number one.
My favorite is
I remember hearing it in Fantastic Sam's in 1985. I'm like, boy, this is a really slow new Madonna song.
Is that the haircut place?
Yeah.
Okay,
I was so embarrassed that my family was poor and the kids would see me at Fantastic Sam's. I hid so the kids walking by wouldn't see me.
We're so horrible. I'm traumatized
know.
at a young age.
Now I'd proudly walk in there and be like, "Do me, baby." I wish I fucking
That's
had
right,
hair to
homie.
cut.
I had
We're
a
broke
question.
as fuck.
You guys know more than me. My second favorite from her is "This Used to Be My Playground." I heard she did perform it at one show.
She did at my show. I was at that show. She performed the snippet. I have the video. It was at the show specifically.
Oh my God.
She filmed that movie in Chicago, so that's why she was talking about A League of Their Own in my city. It wasn't my city, but I was there, so yeah.
Wow, I'm glad I asked.
Yeah.
Well, then the show, of course,
totally
Live to
forgot about
Tell,
that.
put it in a weird place. The show got kind of dark for a little bit.
As it
It's
should.
very like, especially for like a general crowd. But it was interesting because she didn't lose the crowd, even though this was a lot darker than your average concert. People stayed enthralled. Going into Like a Prayer, there's kind of like was it a Gregorian chant? A little unholy.
Unholy.
A little unholy.
Even though there was
not
all satanic.
There were like people being
Please.
whipped, wasn't there? Like they were in like this rotating thing. It was
that was
very
fucking
dark.
hot, and those men were in multiple positions, left and right, in every corridor that would go around. And I was like,
hanging upside down like a cross. They were like hanging like an upside down cross at some point.
Mhm.
The fire,
Then
before that, I don't want to get ahead. The Beast Within was after, right? So that was
that was
part
a
of
little
that?
bit.
Yeah.
So Like a Prayer was next. A great version of Like a Prayer after the lukewarm one from Madam X.
See, everybody here, Live to Tell is their song. This is my song, and I'm so sorry that it is my song and it blew up to be a classic. Yo, I just loved this since day one. I didn't know it was gonna be this humongous hit.
Basic.
Oh my
Exactly.
God.
I am the basic Madonna stan. No.
Oh my God.
I have forever lived for this remix. Since the 1989 to today, it is the definitive version that I like to play. When I want to watch the video, I'll hear the regular version. When I hear, it's always that club mix because it bumps.
It's not the church appella.
No, fuck that. This is the shit I need in my life. Because I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God. The Blonde Ambition version of this song. Yes, bitch. Because but I love this mix. I'm happy that she went with it. Ever since she put it on the Immaculate Collection, she don't be doing no other remix to this song. Either you get the regular version or you get this one. And this one was great because the dancers were hot. And it just the spinning thing and like so she's singing it. 800 million people in Rio de Janeiro are singing it with her. So it's like, and then the guys are doing their dances, and I was like, and she's going through the guys, and I was like, this is great. This is on fire.
Not frozen on fire though.
I was
No,
gonna
please.
make that joke.
Yeah, this was a visually stunning performance. I don't know if you guys remember at the end where the round light thing like starts to go up and it turns into the crown of thorns. I thought that was really cool.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
this performance got everybody going. As soon as she started singing, all the casual fans were on their feet singing along. It was powerful. I mean, the bass was booming. It was so cool.
And the face was serving because she looked really good.
She looked really fucking good.
Okay, we need to discuss her face. I know this is bad. I know this is like gonna get me canceled, but everyone at the concert around me was like, she looks really good. She doesn't look like how she looks like in like the media. I'm like, exactly. Like it was one bad day. Like let's move past the Grammys 2023. Like that's why I'm like, why did she put a little bit of unholy like in the performance? Because that's a callback to that Grammys day.
Because that's who she is.
Yeah,
that bitch did the fucking Rebel Heart tour and decided to use a cape that was as long as Forever Life because she fucked up. Every time she has a fuck up, she wants to one up it.
She looks a lot better in person. I mean, I've always said that.
Oh, it's fire.
Yeah, she looks great. I mean,
we all know
though.
Madonna shouldn't leave her fucking house till her face settles. Like we all know that, and she just wait till the fucking face settles.
To pay.
Wait till it settles because she always looks fine. Like even I remember during Hard Candy, she got her cheeks done and she went out those pictures, and then she looked fine a couple weeks later. So Madonna, just stay home till the face settles.
Or she likes to change up her look, so it's a perfect opportunity for her to change up her look just naturally with what she not naturally, but with what she's doing. She might as well take advantage of it, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So we have a little bit of Living for Love that gets us out of the first section here. So any other thoughts on what we've discussed so far?
Bitch, she does Living for Love. So now there's a Rebel Heart song with another song that comes down the road. But Hard Candy was left at the bastard child in the cold because there was not one song from Hard Candy.
That should have been MDNA. Hard Candy should have got its moment. MDNA should have been left out in the cold. So.
No Turkish, not a Turkish delight to be found. Not a Spanish lesson to be taught.
Spanish, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
The devil did not have that opportunity to recognize you, and
she didn't feel it in her heartbeat.
No, she did not feel it in her heartbeat.
I actually thought she would use like a clip or snippet from 4 minutes. You're like, she used.
Oh, she did.
She did.
Wasn't there a tick tock, tick tock, tick? Wasn't that in there somewhere?
There
wasn't. I thought she would like use that or like the dun 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 dun.
Over 4 minutes.
Because like the way she did, like she did with Papa Don't Preach, Dun, dun,
oh
dun,
yeah.
Dun.
Which
So,
is she coming? She's coming.
I know, yeah.
Come on, boy. I've been waiting for a song. Okay. You know it sounds like that too. All right. The next section. We're standing there. Bob the drag queen does a video monologue about in the 90s you had to socialize. So everybody here except for Ethan, because the rest of us are.
I was born in 2000. I was born 2 days before Rocco, so I'm a little.
Oh, girl.
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Rocco's 23. Wow.
Why was there?
My right tit is 23.
Well, you have good taste in music, at least.
Yes.
Thanks. Yeah, I do.
Can I ask you though, that just as a sidebar, really quick, what do your friends, like your peers, think about Madonna? Like the ones that aren't huge fans.
I took one of my friends to Madonna. She really enjoyed the concert, but otherwise, people are like, I don't know what they think of. I don't even know what they think of Mariah either. I don't really know what they think of Madonna. I think my friends would go with me if I invited them, but I don't know if they really are into her like that. But
do they like see her as an icon, or do they think she's just like some crazy old lady who's just posting on Instagram?
Some of them see her as an icon. Some of them see. Well, I repost her Instagram antics on my Instagram, so they probably
Don't
see.
do that.
They're funny. I'm sorry. Like, what am I supposed to do? But yeah, they probably view her more as like an Instagram
You
personality.
don't need to know about the great equalizer.
Oh god, that was bad. That was really bad.
Let me sit in my milk bath with these rose petals and talk about the great
She
equalizer.
was high. She was high. Let's just say she was high.
Okay, back to the celebration tour. We hear Bob the Drag Queen giving a monologue about the 90s. We hear
Our
music
best
from
decade.
Fever. We hear music from Fever.
Yes.
And then it goes into a fucking version of Erotica that has fucking You Thrill Me in it. The original version, not even the confessions. I think I almost pushed over Stephen Phoenix because I'm like, oh my God, that's You Thrill Me. Like,
you lost your shit.
I almost fell down the fucking
Bitch, I don't know
almost
where
fell
you
off the
was
stage like the
because I
Brits.
was in the corner somewhere losing it as well because I'm here like, once again, an Erotica stan fucking won because we get now You Thrill Me. And it's just like, the last time she sang it was obviously in the Confessions tour that brought it right back to life, that had me crying on Confessions tour because I hadn't heard the song in over 15 years. To get it again. It's just,
And it's an original version too that we
exactly.
never.
Like I was like, oh my
Huge surprise. Huge surprise. And this section of the show, she was like inches from my face, and I was like, my friends and I were like shitting. Like, because you can get close to other celebrities, but Madonna, you just can't ever get close to. And like now she's like right in your fucking face. And it was like,
Why didn't you grab that wig though? Because that wig was bad. You should
leave the wig alone. Why is it such a big discussion in life?
And that's why I was skeptical about this tour because almost all the wigs were kind of bad. Like all in
it was
pictures,
really scraggly up close too. Like,
I feel like
that
Party
shit,
City
man.
had a fucking discount. But like it doesn't translate to video, like you said, because in concert, like the last thing I was looking at was the wig. I didn't care at all. I loved the fucking concert so much.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Scraggly.
No, I saw her performing without the wig during sound check in Rio, and it looks so much. I get why she has a wig for that section because it's a part of the performance, but her regular hair made it look so much better. She should have stayed with it.
The fucking groan I heard on social media when that wig popped up in Rio. They were so mad.
Okay, so this section we have Erotica, Just for My Love, Hung Up, Mercy James comes out, and then they do Bad Girl. What do you guys think of this whole little section here? I thought Just for My Love was a weird, kind of a weird remix.
She should have cut that part.
I was
This is
happy
my
to
favorite section.
Oh, that was my favorite part.
Yeah, I
I
love
liked
this
it.
section. I do think Justify My Love ran maybe a minute and a half too long. I would have kind of chopped that up a little bit, but it was visually great. But the fact that she sang Bad Girl is
Bitch, in my Miami show, in the middle of Bad Girls, 4 people in the front row decide to get up. And I was like, I don't fucking think so. Sit your ass down. Where do you think you're fucking going? Do you think this is Mother and Father so that you can dip?
Oh, they were leaving?
It's fucking Bad Girl that she's never done. I was like, y'all doing the most.
I think that was the right reaction.
Just like the nerve. Bad Girl is my favorite song in Erotica, so I was losing it. This section, I'm a whore, so this section was great for me. The Papa Don't Preach voguing, as she was recreating the Blonde Ambition, bed theme, which had Brazil in an uproar, and I fucking live. And people are like, I can't believe she did this on TV. I'm like, who
In front of children, there were children there.
Talking about
I did see
Madonna
one
here.
kid at my show. Actually, there was a kid at my show. I only saw one child at my show. So there
I
was.
saw multiple children. Yeah, their parents took them, and I just remember thinking, why would you bring your child? I don't know. I don't know.
Because they couldn't afford a
Don't-
babysitter until
don't
2 in the
forget-
morning.
You know what? Probably.
They're the
Don't forget her topless female dancers. They were topless.
The
I
best
posted a
part.
clip. I posted a
I was
clip
like,
of
those
it.
titties were flying.
Hold on. Perspective. If Madonna can take her own children to her concerts, I can take mine.
There you
I was just surprised that
Mic drop.
Kids, I was just surprised that the kids would have interest in seeing this show.
No, I'm being funny.
I'm
One
like
thing
very
we forgot.
anti-censorship, and I posted a video on my Instagram of I was really close during the part where she made out with the other lady on stage. and the lady was topless, but pretty small breasts. I didn't advertise it, and you can only tell like for a second from the angle, and you can see they're kissing, and it got like 40,000 views, and then someone reported it, and they took it down
for God's
instantly,
sake.
and I got like penalized on my account.
For a kiss?
And I was like,
The titties.
For the titties.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
like,
I mean, there was
it's
a
kind of
lot.
funny that like she's still causing controversy, like
Big
Yeah.
time.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna give a couple hot takes here.
I
fucking have grown to love Hung Up on Toshiba or whatever the fuck it's called. I listen to it. I
Oh,
listen to it in my
Toshiba.
car. It's hot. It's hot.
It is a good song.
It's
good.
hot. I liked it in concert.
I've been trying to tell these people for over a year that it's a bop, and they crucify me in the group chat. So I'm excited about this.
David, I fucking love it. The bass line gets like down there, like you know what's like.
Yeah.
Hang on. I don't know what the fuck she's saying. It sounds like
I'm
hung up.
hanging up on you.
You're looking for a nut. That's what it sounds like she's saying. I'm looking for a nut.
You're looking for a nut.
And the music video is the modern day like Hung Up. Like her, you know how iconic that video
It's
is.
the music video's the hung up. Give me
It's
more.
so iconic. It's the new masterpiece of Madonna. So
It's the new Give Me More filmed with a camcorder on a $2 budget.
Good times.
yes, that video was wild.
And a truck.
Hung up. You're looking for
Yeah.
okay. Bad girl.
wait.
Oh yes.
To say, so what's coming next? Are you gonna love Vulgar?
Oh no.
I like that song.
I was like, let's not go that far.
But I do like Material
Well-
Girl. I'm the only one that loved Material Girl.
One thing we did kind of skip right before this section started was it segued because David, her son, did the tribute to Prince in the guitar.
Oh, that's right.
and they had Dearly Beloved, you know, his actually Prince's voice right before
Let's go crazy.
Like a Prayer started. Yeah,
Right.
they say right before Like a Prayer started. But yeah, and that was nice.
And
That
they
was
used a lot of
It's
the they used a lot of the Prince guitar solo that wasn't on the album. Like it was some of the outtakes. Because I read a Stuart Price interview.
yeah.
So that was
Mhm.
actually the Prince guitar. Good call,
Oh,
Jeff.
that was the guitar?
Yep. That was some of
Oh,
Prince's stuff
I
that they
didn't know
didn't
that.
use. Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty cool.
okay. That's dope.
Yeah, because I guess he played a lot in the session they didn't use in the final recording, so they brought some of it out for this tour.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Mercy James looked fucking gorgeous playing the piano on Bad
Oh,
Girl.
yes.
Oh, what a
Madonna is
beautiful.
very talented.
Oh.
Remember, I was throwing the joke around saying that Mercy James out here trying to do her job, trying to concentrate while her mother's serving debauchery in Brazil. It was just because she is making out with this woman. Mercy James out here trying her best.
You know what? In 2019, we were looking for Mercy. In 2024, we found her.
Oh, she's so beautiful. She grew up to be such a beautiful young lady, and
So
she tore up
classy.
that piano.
Oh,
Like she tore it up. Like at my Miami show, Madonna was like, "My fucking children work hard on this tour. Don't you fucking call them any nepo babies." I was like, "Oh my god."
she's right though. She's not
She
wrong.
is right. Because they all worked.
You know, if Mercy missed a note, Madonna would be
They
back
did.
there. What the fuck, Mercy?
That could have been Madonna 5 years ago, because in this tour she fucked up. That the dancer dropped her doing "Open Your Heart" in one of the tours that
Oh,
you
yeah.
didn't see. So
Yeah.
I'm like, and she laughed it off. Somebody forgot to give her a mic, and she was like, "Whatever." Like, who was this woman?
I know.
Madam X would have slapped that dancer for real, for real.
Exactly.
And charge them like $500 to touch the microphone.
Exactly.
All right.
Madam X is an abuser.
Hello, I'm Dita. I'll be your mistress for tonight.
Let's also mention
Well, Dita,
she wore the
if you
gold
drop
tooth
the
in
mic,
Rio.
I'm firing you.
Did she always wear the gold tooth?
You
or was-
have the shirt.
Yeah, you have the. Did she always
See,
wear the
that's
gold
the
tooth?
shirt, right? Yeah. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Jeremy.
the gold tooth, yeah.
She always wore the gold tooth
Yeah.
during that segment. Okay, I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay,
She did definitely.
we are going into the ballroom scene. Of course, they do Vogue, but one of the most iconic moments of the tour was the recreation of the Vogue balls. Why am I not thinking the ballroom at the end? Every show had a different guest. It was always interesting to see who the guests were. We had Cardi B up there. Of course, there was the Kylie Minogue moment, which was
Oh, I was there. I was there.
You were there. What did
That
you do
was-
when Kylie came out? What did you do?
Well, there were rumors that she was going to be there
Okay.
that day. And then people started posting pictures of her at the show. So I saw that. I'm like, okay, she's in the audience somewhere. So we thought, okay, she's going to be the Vogue guest. So, I had my camera out ready to record. And then it turned out to be, I forget her name, the actress. I don't remember who, but then we were disappointed. We're like, okay, it's not happening.
Oh.
And then she's like, oh, I have a special guest. And I was like fumbling with my camera. I'm like, she's coming out. And she came out and it was so cool. I love Kylie Minogue. She's my number 2. So that was awesome.
I love me some Kylie. So,
Yeah.
Obviously, in the group chat, I was telling them that, they've never been able to take a picture together.
Yes.
And then the thing is that the Met Gala, the one that in 2012, they finally were together and talking, and there's one picture, but you see Madonna, and then Brahim is there blocking Kylie, and it's just horrendous. So every time, so the meme that was going around after these two performed together was that there was a big picture of Brahim in front of Kylie, and they were singing "Can't Get You Out of My Head."
That's funny.
Now, there were many iconic moments from the ballroom scene. Let's not forget about Ricky Martin's boner. That's
Yes,
another.
I was at that show.
Did you see it in
Yeah,
person?
you were.
I was all like,
You're lucky.
I was like, when he came out, I was like, Ricky, like I've been in love with Ricky Martin for like 40 years.
Shake your bonbon. You shook your bonbon.
Yes, and he was really like, oh, he was so hot. And yes, when I saw the video, I was like, of course, because of what the dancers do. They were really on top of him, and I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
Mhm.
this was a classic Madonna tour where there were just moments that went viral. Because like the
So
last time that
many.
really happened was like MDNA tour, like when she flashed her titty.
No,
there were-
unapologetic bitch was a big moment in a
You think so?
Yes,
No,
it was.
I'm joking, but yeah.
Oh.
It was a mini version of what we saw now. But yes, there were all the stars.
It kinda
Like I
was.
remember Katy
They were
Perry
very
and Ariana
similar.
Grande.
Yeah, I guess so.
Unapologetic bitch ran so Vogue and this tour could run. I mean,
Yes,
or
exactly.
it walked so this tour could run. Sorry.
Oh, and before anything, before Vogue started playing and they did Vogue, another tribute
Yes.
to the Erotica stands, because we had Up and Down Sweet performed.
And do we not all have our arms on each other? We're like, up, down, sweet.
I'm like up, down, 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 down,
Up.
up.
My ass went jogging to that like the day after too. I'm like, I'm gonna play up, down, sweet on my jog.
Oh no, I played the Up Down Sweet with Goodbye to Innocence mix.
Oh, hello.
I love that song.
I know.
Only
I
my
was
parents are
begging
to blame.
on Twitter this week. Mom, Gaio Siri, I need You Frill Me. I need Goodbye to Innocence already on streaming. Stop it already.
Well, the live version from the Confessions tour is the closest you're gonna get to You Thrill Me.
I know, but whatever. I'll snatch it from YouTube.
All right, so this section finishes out with human nature, and then she has her younger self come rescue her, and she does a little bit of crazy for you. So, what do you guys think of this little section? Any commentary on
I
the
was
Vogue?
going crazy. I was screaming. I have videos and I was just like screaming at this point. Like these two songs are amazing. I never would have pictured them together, but the storyline kind of works. So I was here for it. I don't think a lot of the people at the concert knew Human Nature, but I sang so loud, I sang for everyone. So it worked out. So
It's too short. But it was good.
yeah, too short. She should do Crazy for You full out, I think.
Yeah.
All right, well then, any other thoughts before we keep moving forward? Yet another video interlude of The Beast Within. I feel like, how many times can we get a Beast Within interlude?
3.
It had been 20 years, so
Yeah, it had been a
maybe
while.
I can use it again.
I loved it. It was a great segue, the mix, the fire, the live like pyrotechnics and fire, and with all, that beat, those visuals from was it Reinvention tour?
It was
Yep.
from Ecstatic
Yeah,
Process.
so, yeah.
W Magazine, was it?
A W.
But we don't need more fire in the building when she doesn't allow air conditioning in the first
That's
verse.
Right? Yeah,
Let
I
me
guess.
tell you, in Tampa, it didn't feel hot, but
Oh
it
no,
was
I
fine.
was gonna say
I was
we were
sweating
pretty cool.
balls.
Yeah.
That's because we had all you
Mhm.
can drink soda in our fucking box. That's why.
David did call me. He's like, "Bitch, I can't breathe in the one in Miami." He's like, "It sucks." It was like, I mean, the one in Tampa, as packed as it was, I think it was a full sold out show. It was. I still felt cool. Like you felt
It
a little
was
heat, but it
comfortable.
felt cool.
It was comfortable.
And we danced and we jumped and
That's
we were
'cause-
all over each other, and I didn't break a
Drunk.
sweat. And I was
That's
like,
because
it
we
was
had a
cool.
cooler of bottled waters free right there. Every time I start getting hot, let me grab a water.
We did have unlimited drinks. That's true. So
And my
yeah,
cousin's
I
boyfriend,
love the
he's like,
Beast Within.
"You better do another shot, you pussy." That's what he kept saying. But all right, Beast Within. Yep. I think like us fans are used to it. We're like, "Oh, here's this again," but everyone else is like enthralled by the visuals because the casual fan hadn't probably seen W Magazine and
Correct.
all that stuff. So they're like, "Okay, this is interesting." And once again, pretty dark.
But I love darkness.
The Book of Revelations.
When that fucking Justify My Love CD single came out, did you ever think you'd be hearing that Beast Within remix for the next rest of your life?
No.
Look, it was cute back in 1990, and I thought it would be gone for good, and then reinvent. Okay, first of all, when the W magazine did come out, and we got all those ecstatic process pictures, and then she tied it in with this song, I was like, oh well, this is amazing.
Yes.
Good. But now it's like, okay, girl,
Yeah.
been there, done that. Let's go.
Yeah, I agree. When I went to the Reinvention tour for the first time, my mind was blown with that intro. But now it's like, maybe we could have filmed another video or something. I don't know. It was the sitting down song. Like everywhere I was, everybody just sat down around me during this.
I don't think she filmed a new video, but she was too busy filming a new Instagram video, or like she was busy playing with filters. So she's like, I'm not filming a new video. We're just recycling this bit. So
So the next trilogy, the next section, we have Die Another Day, Don't Tell Me, and Mother and Father. I felt like this is a section where the common fans were the least engaged. At least
No, but I think she kicked ass, and
I loved it.
That handography, those moves were everything.
Yeah,
I could have used without the extra vocoder. Like I get it,
Sound good.
but I felt like it was a double vocoder shit. But that fucking choreography and those outfits, I was like, yes.
yeah, that vocoder was straight out of Madam X album.
But working.
Don't Tell Me, of course, iconic. The dance moves from the video. We won't even talk about.
Actually, I want to talk about Don't Tell Me. I thought it was so good.
same.
There was something really, really, really good about it. I don't know, like there was something about Don't Tell Me in particular, the way that it was sequenced that just felt really, really like.
Wasn't her daughter in it? One of the twins?
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
really-
This one was Stella.
yeah. So because wasn't Estelle? No,
She was the
Sarah
DJ.
Esther did the Vogue dance.
Esther, that's the one I'm
Yeah.
thinking of. Was the DJ.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, and then the other one was in Don't Tell Me, but there was something about that whole sequence that just felt, I don't know, like I don't have like the right word for it other than there was something that was like weirdly heartwarming about it, it just felt really like sweet and beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, she explained at one of the shows, I think during a speech, maybe in Miami, I think I saw a video where that part of the show was supposed to reference like the 2000s or like her motherhood era in general. I think she said something like that. So I think that's what you're kind of picking up on in regards to like the heartwarming vibe of it all. But yeah, I agree with you. I really liked that section of the show. It wasn't like during Die Another Day, like the crowd was not feeling it, but Don't Tell Me, it got people back up again. So I think it was a much needed performance at that time specifically, because the momentum kind of died a little bit, at least at my show. So it worked really well.
All right. Am I missing anybody? All right. Mother and Father. David Banda comes on stage. He's 18 now, so I can say it. He's hot.
He's a very buff, very good looking guy. He's
Very
gonna
good looking
definitely
guy.
Oh, he's a very handsome
huge
man.
career.
Handsome young man.
My father had to go to work. I used to think he was a jerk. Mother and Father, not a song that the general fans knew. I did love American Life. Now, this weekend I went for a car trip with my friend that wasn't a Madonna fan. She was in our loft. The girl that was dressed as All the Way May, my friend Shay. She fell in love with Madonna at the concert. Like, she fell in love. I played her Ray of Light. She was like, holy shit, 10 out of 10. I played her music. She's like, holy shit, 10 out of 10. Then I played her American Life. She's like, this is not good.
It's good. It's good. Life is good.
So there you go. But Mother and Father, I'm like, well, let me play you this song. She did this in the concert. I thought it was a moving performance with her mom up on the screen and David playing the guitar and David's mom up there.
The way she replaced this in the Rio show with music. She knew this was not gonna fly in Brazil.
Well, that was a smart move because
That was a very smart move because now we all want that fucking samba remix of music.
Yeah, she knew the crowd was bored, that they all left.
I told my friend to take a bathroom break during Mother and Father, so that says it all. I'm just saying.
That was like, let me tell you, like
I had to go get a drink,
show,
wash
I
my
went
hands
with-
in the sink.
Let me tell you, in my Miami show, I went with my ex, huge Madonna stan, and he was already like, look, I'm going to the bathroom during Mother and Father because that song sucks. That is the obligatory bathroom break for anybody.
I love Mother and Father. Does anyone else here love
No,
this song?
don't get me
besides
wrong. I love
I
Mother
like
and
it,
Father,
yeah.
and I love the club remixes, but I felt like bitch, if you're gonna give me an album cut from American Life, give me Easy Ride.
no
Please.
intervention and intervention.
No, ecstatic process.
Oh yeah, I agree.
another song from that record.
give me Where's
so
the Party?
stupid. When I played I'm So Stupid for my friend, she just looked at me, she's like,
Ma'am, please.
okay. I'm like, you have to hear Hung Up though, the comeback single. Like I had to rescue the moment with Confessions. Like, okay,
That's all Confession's been doing is
Yep.
rescuing the moment.
rescuing the moment.
Because
All right.
Hung Up has been #1 in Brazil for the last 3 days.
So David Banda, they do the song. Next comes the acoustic moment where it's just Madonna and an acoustic guitar. For most of the shows, she's saying "I Will Survive," but in Tampa, we got "Express Yourself," the full version,
Yes.
and it was awesome. Let's
Loved
go around
it.
the circle. What did everybody get here? Everyone that was with me got "Express Yourself." Do we have any "I Will Survives"?
We got to express yourself.
I got I Will Survive with Kylie because that's the song that they sang together.
Okay,
But other than that, it was all Express Yourself. And I'm so glad she ditched I Will Survive because she has enough of her own hits. She doesn't need to be singing somebody else's.
Eric, what did you get at the shows you went to?
Express Yourself. Also,
Okay,
When that part of the show was happening, from my vantage point, she had her back to me the whole time, so that kind of sucked because I took a video of it actually because like I kind of like the perspective I had of just her back.
that Yosemite Sam fucking hat she had on.
She talked for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the part of the show when I got the snippet of "This Used to Be My Playground." That's when she gave us that bit at my show. So this part of the show is very special for me because we got that special moment at my show. So I really like this part. And I got to Express Yourself too, and it was really good. So I really enjoyed this part. I wish she did Express Yourself, like an actual performance of it, like with dancing, but I'm just glad we got it either way. So
Yeah.
With Jeremy, we all got Express Yourself, but when she did the Miami show and she did the dedication to the survivors and families of Pulse, she did "I Will Survive."
Oh, and that was
And I don't know if you
beautiful,
saw the
actually.
clips.
I did.
Yeah, she was actually crying
Yeah.
when she was starting singing. Her voice cracked, and then everybody was singing along, and that was really nice. I got to see the videos of it from my survivor brothers and sisters who sent them to me. I'm sure you guys probably saw some online, but that was the Miami one that she did. I had a question for David. When you went to your Miami version, what did she do?
She did Express Yourself.
Okay.
All right. I loved when she was talking during this concert because at Madame X, I felt like she was talking at us the whole time, and it made me feel like not good because I just felt like she felt like she was very smart and had to teach us things, and like we already know, girl, like like we already know. So at this concert, like I felt like finally she was just talking with us again, like we are, just talk with, and I just fucking loved it. I felt like my Madonna was back, and I just was so happy. All right. La Isla Bonita, of course, a tried and true version. The crowd loved it. You can't fail with that one.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
She's saying "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina" at a couple places, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
All right. So then we go
One
to
question I have.
She didn't
Where
perform
did
that
she
in
do
Brazil, as it seemed.
Did she do Causing a Commotion at any of you guys' show?
No.
Just a little snippet.
At your show?
Yeah, she did a snippet at my show too.
Okay.
But it's just a cappella during her speech during the burning up section.
Yep. Same here.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
I know.
I want Causing
one of my favorites. I want Causing a Commotion. Don't tell Jeff. Jeff mixed.
I know.
Justice for Causing a Commotion.
Yeah.
It was okay. She's done better on that song. It was okay. I felt like it was a filler.
What are we talking about?
La Isla Bonita.
Oh, but the crowd, oh my God.
Of course. Because it is what it is.
My unpopular opinion is that's like Madonna's worst single, and I don't like it, and I'm sick of her performing. I don't like that song. I don't like it. It is what it is.
But look at me saying that it was bland and it was a filler. So somebody
look at you. Qué cabrona tú eres. How dare you?
I would never say it's the worst thing. I love the original. I love the extended play. I love the song. I think it's done. I think it's done.
You know what? You better all shut the fuck up because we're gonna get Spanish lesson in its place, and that's gonna fuck.
I would have preferred that. I would have preferred that.
I would never. No, ma'am. I won't.
No, never over. Not over Isla Bonita. It's one of my.
If you do your homework, get the fuck out of here. All right. And Jeremy Gloff voted worst podcast host in the universe.
No.
Next section.
Podcast guest. Yay.
Thank you to my Patreon subscribers. I just got a new one. So thank you. Thank you, universe. Yes. I wish I had enough where I could quit my job and just podcast every fucking night. Don't you guys wish there was a Phonogenics episode every night? Okay. The next section. Bedtime story. She's on the box. And then we have Ray of Light. We have Ray of Light floating and then rain. So what you guys think of this little, she had the pink wig.
This is the best section. She's done since MDNA tour. Just saying.
I gotta go, but I just want to close out that I loved all of the concert. Everything was great. The only thing that I had a complaint with, and I told Jeremy and David at the concert, was that I felt bedtime stories, and she looked great to me, and the visuals were so cool. I just felt that bedtime stories overstayed its welcome. I felt like it went on for like 15 minutes, like 10, 15 minutes. I'm like, we could have gotten a couple other songs in there, bitch. Like it went on forever. It was like,
got Celebration.
Or it just kept going and going and going. I'm like, how long is she gonna keep the song? All the other songs got cut short.
She can perform it for half an hour, and I will still love it.
Same.
She had never done. She had never done bedtime stories ever. The only performance, obviously, was the remix performance at the Brits in '95.
True.
So this was finally getting its own thing, and I didn't care if it was long. I thought she was great. Like that fucking box, that cube.
Yeah, we prefer
her floating on the cube.
Anyway. So why are you complaining? We prefer it long. So like, well, come on, like.
Not because I don't like bedtime stories. That's why.
I'm not
a bedtime stories fan. And I'm surprised we didn't get Secret. I would have performed that.
Can you imagine if she would have done Secret? Everyone would have gone crazy.
Yeah, I would have preferred that, and that wasn't even in the show at all. In any version of the show, was it?
No. Imagine it, because I feel like she would do secret some acapella bullshit. Imagine she did like
Yeah.
the album version with that Dallas Austin beat. Although she did call out Dallas Austin in the concert, which was awesome. Did you guys see that clip?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
Words I
But I
used
gotta
to-
go. So, Mom,
Bye.
thank you for having me. All right, have a
Thanks
good
for
night,
coming.
guys. Bye.
All right, so Ray of Light, she's in the fucking box again. And you know what? I never
thought that was
liked
a misstep. I thought that was a misstep.
I
was
never
like,
liked the Sasha remix. I never liked that
I
remix.
loved it. I feel that was my favorite performance of the night. So I feel the complete opposite. That's funny.
I
So
just felt like
Jeffrey,
she already did the box, so why is she doing it again? Like that felt to me
That's-
like, did they just like run out of ideas and they were like, okay, that was like the only thing I thought was like a misstep. But
That was her meme moment that it was everywhere because of her and her thrusting and her gyrating. on top of
holding on to the
box.
pole. But they forgot they neglected to
Exactly.
show she was floating in air though during it.
and first world
But wait,
problems. Bedtime story
in
was probably
Rio-
my favorite song of the night. Yet I couldn't see like most of it because of I was too close. So the box, like when she was in it, I couldn't see that part. But there was like a screen, so I could see the screen. But I was like, "Fuck."
I had the perfect view of that part of the show. So I feel like that was the best or the most innovative moment of like a Madonna tour in a long time. So I personally loved it. I know not everyone loved the section completely, but I just feel like it worked perfectly. I don't know. It was my favorite part of the whole show. So
I loved when she was flying through the air during Ray of Light. I like that version too, actually.
I do too.
I like the
like a different
original.
version of it better, but
Like the biggest hatred of this tour is either the wig or this box. It's just like they truly hate these two things. And I was like, I loved it. It was okay in Tampa, but my view, I was straight in the middle in Miami, and just seeing her float away was everything.
and I
Like I
wanted
thought it
to
was
say
really well done.
that,
And I
like,
love the Sasha remix. At least I do.
I didn't see much about the tour before I saw it, but I did see some like a clip here and there with no sound. And I looked at the set list once, but I didn't memorize it. And I did see throughout the tour pictures of her when she was chained to that thing during Ray of Light, and all of them were making fun of her.
Oh,
And
yeah.
when I saw that, when I saw it with my own eyes, I was like, they fucking owe her an apology. That's fucked because she was like floating through the air. Like you would be holding on too. Like,
Yeah, you have to.
they totally like cropped it and like misinterpret, like they made it sound like, oh, Madonna can barely stand or whatever. And I was like, they fucking owe her an apology. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
She was like leaning over the thing at my show. She was getting crazy at my. She said she hit her head backstage or something at my show, so I think she was just kind of out of it a little bit. But she was going for it. She literally was like bending over the platform. It was amazing. I was like,
Yo,
yeah.
although she was not flying around in Rio, she gave us her iconic squats.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
Oh,
5
yeah.
or 6 squats. I was like, bitch, it ain't 2000. What are you doing?
I was thinking that. I actually had the same thought. I was like, ooh, like I was like, watch those hips, lady. Like we're not
From the
20
last show,
anymore.
she's like, who cares?
I don't want to have to call the doctor tomorrow.
David's gonna be walking her around for like a week now.
Aw. So we got Take a Bow at our concert, but we saw Rain in the Rio one. I wish we would have gotten Rain.
I got rain.
What did everyone else here get?
Take a bow.
Think about it, and I have to say, it's one of my favorite Madonna songs, more ballads, and it did not sound good.
No.
I don't know about you, but in Miami, she sounded fire. I was like, because you were telling me this, I had seen a video of her and it was a struggle.
Yeah, she sounded better. She sounded better in some shows than in others. I got Take a Bow.
But in my
12.
show, she was fire.
I wanted Rain at least once, but I got Take a Bow 12 times.
Really?
Literally, when we were like, every single person in the pit, when she hit the first note, everyone went like simultaneously went, ooh.
Her voice, you could tell that her voice was hoarse in Tampa. Like that she,
It
she
was a
powered
point,
through.
yeah. Yeah, she was getting a little hoarse towards the end there, yeah.
All right, then we had a very odd interlude of Billie Jean and Like a Virgin. Those are, according to Stephen Phoenix, those were the original Like a Virgin vocals, not pitched up like they were on the album. So that was interesting. Stuart Price did confirm those were the original vocals.
And
They sounded like AI to me.
It was tribute to the Virgin tour. because she does like a virgin and she goes into Billie Jean.
I thought that went on too long, and like the fact that like I mean, as we're getting to the end of the show here, like there's so many songs she didn't play. But I mean, obviously you can't be there for 10 hours, but like
Right.
I'm like a virgin, like she like a virgin, Material Girl, Lucky Star seems like
Borderline.
songs that like weren't music, I guess. She did it in the Rio show though. Like so many huge songs that were like just not even like just
It's a testament to her catalog that you can do a 2-hour concert and leave out your most iconic songs.
it's true. It's true.
And it's
Well,
okay. Like it was okay that she left him out.
Yeah,
But then-
yeah, but I'm just
but then
saying,
to have
like
like
she has the luxury of leaving out Material Girl. Like that's insane.
That's insane.
You know what's insane is that 15-second, Papa Don't Preach.
Right.
I was like, girl, no, I need it.
Or the "You're an Angel." We got a little bit of Angel when Michael Jackson was leaving the
She
stage.
needs to stop.
which I just thought that went on a little bit too long. Like they should have definitely
Yeah.
cut that. I mean,
Agreed.
obviously it's a costume change, but like it was
I was
like
like, Mama needs to
play
rest.
Madonna songs if you're gonna do that. Like
I have some friends in my box that are very anti Michael Jackson after all the Neverland stuff, so they were not happy to have to sit through a Michael Jackson segment.
It was a very big gesture of her to do that, to pay such a tribute to him, because he would not have done that for her. So
No,
yeah.
Norwood Prince.
Norwood
Or
Prince.
Prince.
I just remembered something funny during that set. So I was like kind of having fun during that section, and my friend said, "You're dancing like a virgin," and there was this guy in front of me that I was like into the whole time, so that kind of just ruined my night. So I'm like, okay, that just killed the vibe. I guess I'm dancing like a virgin. So yeah, it was. I don't know. That's all I remember from that part. So yeah, it wasn't fun, but I liked the performance. But I agree, it kind of went on a little too long. I think it was a crowd pleaser though, so it wasn't that like detrimental to the concert that it was long, but it was a little long.
I will
So
say that by this point of the show, once that Like a Virgin came on, my cousin's titties were in full fucking effect across the loft. Like a virgin. And then we get to the last
in
section.
the Rio show, when this part happened and started like a virgin, 2 million people screaming like a virgin I was like,
You see, we didn't see that because our Twitch fucking thing fell out at this point. And we couldn't find
oh
it.
no, let me tell you, we were like, I was like, they want this song. They want a performance because it was loud.
I love the shot of Anita and Dio Siri and Diplo up on the balcony watching the
And you hear Rain in the background and you hear the crowd singing Rain.
That's
oh my
so
God.
fucking. And I love that Diplo has stood with Madonna since Rebel Heart. Like they've stayed friends. He's I like when Madonna keeps friends. All right. So then we get to the last section of the concert, which Bitch on Madonna and me.
I loved it. I
Yep.
loved it.
That was the height of Madonna's finale and my cousin. But her mom was at the concert too. You guys remember my cousin Donna, right? You guys
Yeah.
all. Well, this was her daughter. Bitch on Madonna got those D's shaking. Boom, boom, bitch on Madonna. So the kids and the adults alike love Bitch on Madonna. That song I feel is aging well. That song is aging well.
It is.
We've grown into it. I feel like the ending was a little abbreviated. I feel like if we would have ended with a full-on celebration,
Yes.
I just felt like it was anticlimactic. With such an amazing show, I just wanted, I don't know. What do you guys think of the ending?
I agree. I mean, I don't really love Bitch on Madonna, but it is kind of a nice, song to play. But yeah, I don't know. It was a little anticlimactic, yes.
The only
Yeah.
issue with that part of the show was the outfit. Like otherwise it was great. It was just the outfit I didn't like. But either
I
way,
love the outfit.
I didn't like it. I don't know.
We got a little "Give Me All Your Love." We got the LUV, so we got a little bit of that.
Could have lived without that too.
We can all live without MDNA. I know.
I love MDNA. I love MDNA. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
She should have performed I Don't Give Up. with Nicki then. Like honestly, she should have gave us more MDNA moments. What other songs on there that I'm trying to think of?
I like Superstar. I don't care what anyone says.
Some
Oh
Girls,
no,
that song.
we're not gotten. We could have gotten Addicted, or we
Oh
could have
yeah, that
gotten.
song's good.
We could have
Yeah.
gotten Falling Free.
Turn up the radio. Turn up the radio would have been a good one.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Then
But
that's a
For
great.
earlier on the show.
For further viewing, check out our 2.5-hour discussion about the MDNA album, Phonogenics 101. All right.
You can listen to it the next time you're delayed at a Madonna concert.
Yeah. So the Celebration tour did not even end with a performance of Celebration. We got a little bit of the music at the end. I feel like that's another song that's aged well for me. I've really grown. Like when the song came out, Paul Oakenfold, it's like, we've done something groundbreaking, revolutionary. And then it comes out, it's like, girl, I wouldn't call this groundbreaking. But
No, but I feel like the Benny Benassi remix is groundbreaking.
Yeah,
To
I
give him
agree with
credit.
you.
I will give him credit on that.
I've grown to love both versions of that song. Like,
Mhm.
to me, it's a modern day classic. So I wish that the Celebration tour would have ended with Celebration proper. Any other thoughts from the gallery?
No.
Yeah, I thought that was really lazy that she didn't perform it full out at the end. I didn't
Yeah.
get that. Oh, did I cut you off? I'm sorry, David.
No, you're good.
Sorry.
No,
I
I
don't think
like.
it was
I
meant to
like.
be a performance, though. I think it was just like an outro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Anyway, I loved Bitch on Madonna. I thought it was just a fun way to end the concert. And I love that like half of the looks that the dancers are wearing are from the erotica period.
Yeah.
Like it's like
Once
the sex
again,
book.
an erotica stan was a happy stan.
So the tour, we saw our concerts, and then we gotta just touch on fucking Rio, man. 1.6 million people. I
think it's
was so fucking worried because I'm like, oh my god, active shooter. Oh my god, the sound's gonna go out. Because our poor Madonna just fucking has bad luck. Like things happen and
For me,
nothing happened. It just was
for
perfect.
me, I knew it was gonna be perfect because this tour had been perfect. I didn't even go like I was like, okay, girl, I go to the gym, I work out, I relax, I am ready. I turned the TV on at 8:45. Bitch is late, normal shit. Nothing of that went through my head. None of that. I was like thinking I'm just gonna chill and watch this shit, and she's gonna serve, and it is. But the best thing for me during that show was going on social media and just seeing the outpour of love, and people just amazed, and they're like,
Yeah.
that's why she's the queen of pop and all this shit. I was like, the perfect show she could have given at that moment, and she did it.
I really feel like with this tour, shame on me. My whole fucking apartment's all Madonna. I counted her out. And she fucking once again in my life proved me wrong. And came back and fucking owned the universe. And ever since Madonna's been back, when I saw that concert, I feel like there's a piece of me back. And like there's been really bad situations in my life the last 3 years where I've let people like chip away at me in a road, and I'm like, I've been back since I saw that concert, and one by one I'm slaying fucking shit. So Madonna, I need you. I need you in my life. So thanks for coming back.
She's
I know
probably
it's a-
back already on Instagram though, so don't get your hopes up. No, I'm joking, but
I'm waiting. I've always waited for the other shoe to fall, so I'm used to it. It's been 40 years. No, I lived through erotica and sex book and body of evidence. This is nothing. They were like, these are empty people on social media. People were really in my fucking face about how they felt about Madonna in that time, and it was too much.
When's the last time though that Madonna's been loved as much as she is right now? Like I feel like, of course there's the haters, but overall, I'm seeing mostly all positive.
Back in '99 when Ray of Light
broke
open, and
She was very
started getting
friendly.
those Grammy nominations, and she won all those MTV Video Music Awards. Everybody was like, Madonna, Madonna, Madonna. Ricky Martin wants to work with Madonna and shit. So it's like that was peak. Nothing ever touches in 1985 because that was her year.
Right.
But I
would say the Super Bowl was the last time she got this much acclaim.
I can agree with you on that.
I agree too.
That's a good call. I was gonna say Confessions era was a good run for her too.
That was a good run.
Yeah.
I will say though, like even the Super Bowl, like I posted how happy I was after the show, and people just for some reason feel a license to rip on Madonna. Like even
I
friends.
wasn't into it. Like I was like not into her in that era. Like even though it was great, I just kind of had fallen out of love by that point.
Were you a little monster? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I mean I think she's really talented though,
Yeah,
and I've
Oh
seen her
no,
a
I
bunch
would
of
never
times, and she's
deny.
great.
I'm a former monster. Those first few years were great, and she is very talented.
she
I will
is.
never deny that. But this is
Well,
about her. This is about
this is
mom.
the end of season 2, Phonogenics. What do you guys predict? That's just for fun. What do you see next for Madonna? Does anyone have any wild things they want to throw into the universe? Ethan, don't make a self-fulfilling prophecy that she's going to do Frozen on Fire and Instagram in a milk bath.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she might go back. I don't know. I feel like she's gonna do a movie, but I think she might do another album. But I don't know if she's gonna go back on tour. I'm still like trying to figure out, is she going back? I don't. I'm just glad I saw her this tour. So either way, but I want her to tour again.
I truly feel that this hospital visit and even the healing that she had has made a part of her come back alive. So I feel like if she did do new music, it really has the potential to be fucking. She might amaze us again. I think it. If there's ever a possibility it could happen, it's after this tour. Maybe I'm being
I'm gonna
Get
put my
another
thoughts out there.
Spanish lesson. Yay.
I'm gonna put my thoughts out there to the universe. This will never happen, but I would love to see her do a residency at the Sphere where she does obscure tracks, because the Sphere is like I saw the U2 show there, and it's like a visual extravaganza. You don't need any dancers. In fact, the less you have on stage, the better. So she could do like a fucking show where she like tells stories about her career and does like all deep tracks, or maybe like a couple hits, but like mostly deep tracks.
Give us a couple songs you'd want to hear at the Sphere.
Oh God, like
Skin,
Survival, um,
Skin, and Sky
I
Fits
Got a
Heaven for
Weird
me.
Lover.
Jimmy.
Hell, I would take Jimmy. I
Love
know it.
makes the world go round. No, I actually like that song. I
no.
like that song actually, but
My favorite song, my favorite Madonna song right now is "The Beat Goes On." It just that
Well,
positivity.
that's always been my hard candy song,
Yep.
and that's the hit that got away.
And Give It to Me. Those two songs are just giving me a lot of power right now. And I'm thankful for that.
They should.
All right. Any other predictions from the audience?
My prediction is honestly, I feel like she's gonna go back to do her movie about her life. I just see it happening, and that she's gonna write a cute song, and it'll finally get her the Oscar that she has been dying for as a songwriter, at least, and maybe finally get into the Songwriter Hall of Fame.
All right. Any other foreshadowing from the crowd just for fun?
I want a residency at the Haunted Mansion where she does Supernatural live.
Oh,
Yes.
what if she did like? Wouldn't it be cool if she did like pop-ups at gay clubs and did like up-down suite like ballroom stuff?
All she needs to do is goodbye to innocence, and I'd be fine.
actually, I had this inkling that she's gonna totally do like a pop-up Pride show this year. I just have like a feeling about it. I feel like it's gonna happen. So I don't know. I'm probably wrong on that, but I feel like she's gonna do like a Pride show in June. I just have a vibe about it. I don't know. I'm crazy, so that's that. But anyway, yeah,
Wouldn't be the first time. So
that's true. Yeah.
Well, anything from Eric and Albert?
I have no idea what she would do at this point. Rest. I'm sure she's going to take a nice little rest. But what I would like to see from Warner Brothers is for them to finally give us those deluxe editions that they've been promising us for like.
Yeah.
Because I feel like her work, she's at a good point where her work should be archived and compiled and shared with new listeners in pretty packaging. So
reissues.
And she could really truly do a photo book for each era. Like Led Zeppelin did a beautiful job reissuing their catalog because they did these box sets that had full hardcover books with each album. And I feel like Madonna could do the Led Zeppelin. Each era had so many great photographs.
I would love like a 10-hour documentary where like, but she's doing her movie, of course, so we won't get that. But like a 10-hour documentary where it just goes through everything.
Yeah.
And really talks about like the deep tracks and just what was going on in her life, and just because I mean her visuals are amazing, her interviews, sound bites are amazing, her performances are all amazing. So
I would actually prefer that over her movie.
same. Oh, any day of the week.
I would like a documentary of her closet or her storage space because she always be popping in there and be pulling shit that has me shook. So
Who's
somebody
that?
needs to do 10 hours in there.
Who's that poor screenwriter that she terrorized?
Dakota.
Diablo Cody.
Diablo
Diablo
Cody, yes,
Cody.
that's right.
Poor thing. Eric, any predictions from you?
Probably a new album. Maybe, I mean, she signed with Warner Brothers 2 years ago, so maybe have a box set on released music. That would be nice, or a DVD box set with all her unreleased films. I mean, like the tours, like from the Reinvention. That would be nice also. But that's not gonna happen. We can only predict stuff like that.
Blonde Ambition, finally.
You know what I wanted to ask you? Why do you think there was no tour book?
I know the first time
That
there was
was
no
the
tour.
worst thing ever.
I have every single one.
Same here. I have 3 copies of each one.
Do you think they
sore
just
spot for
are
me.
they just not? Do they not sell anymore? Is that not a? Whenever I do,
I feel like the tour book was the thing. Like I know for other artists, they don't really do them as much anymore. But for Madonna, I mean, come on. My hope is that they're working on something that is compiling the tour, maybe pictures from the show,
like the Girly Show book that came after the Girly
maybe
Show.
something.
Remember what did the CD have on it? Like a live version of "In This Life" or "Why Is It So Hard" or something.
Yeah,
remember that?
3 tracks on. So I hope they're working on something behind the scenes because I missed the tour book.
Yes, Eric, good call. I so missed the tour book.
But also, GTA did the corset in 2 versions for this tour, but for the show in Rio, she did the Brazil colors, and I really like that. So
I love that.
I wonder how long did she know that she was going to do this tour that he made that dress for her.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, here we are. It's nice to end season 2 of Phonogenics. I feel like this resurgence of Madonna really was kind of a long time in the making and very strategic. I think the first thing she did right was the Finally Enough Love remix project.
Yep.
And the Pride performance too. I don't know which one came first.
Yeah, that was kind of the start of this tour. Like that was kind of the foundation of this tour. I was thinking about that the other day. I think it was Pride in New York in 2022. That was kind of the formulation of everything. I don't know. I kind of just remember that too.
No, you're absolutely right. She served and she didn't have to do intricate dance moves, and she did, and she still flowed great, and she sounded great, and the gays were in love with her again. So I was like, if she does this on a larger scale, it's gonna work for her, and it did.
Especially after that other Pride performance with those Party City wigs. Remember the couple years earlier than that where she was.
Oh my God! When she was like topless or something.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah. And that's also mentioned, of course, that she had a hit collaboration with The Weeknd. So she was charting.
The fucking video.
The video
my
was
God,
hot.
she looks so good.
So that would you consider that a bona fide hit? Was Popular a hit?
It was.
It was.
It was. It was.
She sounded great. So there's rumors that The Weeknd might be producing her. I think that might be great.
That would be nice.
All right. Well, any final thoughts from my Madonna Phonogenics family / real life friends here? We will, of course, stay in touch with each other. My ass is going to take this summer off. We'll be back in September with season 3, where we're going to be talking about Emmylou Harris, the Eurythmics, and then Old Fleetwood Mac. And then, we always do our special episodes. So we'll do our things. We'll figure out some things. I want to do some like one-offs because we're friends with the Company B girls. I'd love to do some Company B ones with them. Some freestyle. So, all right. Have a wonderful summer, everybody. Love y'all. And till the next chapter of Madonna, let's have a celebration. Bye, everybody.
Bye.